Hi, this is the Variant Cosplay Spotlight, and we're here with the lovely Jenna Say What.
Hi, I'm Jenna Say What.
And she is Jenna Say What. So, Jenna, tell us what you do outside of cosplay.
Outside of cosplay, I work full time as a phlebotomist for LabCorp, and that is a person that draws your blood. So yeah, I do that, and then I also do a lot of archery. I do a thing called the SCA, which is Society for Creative Anachronisms, and we basically dress up in Renaissance garb and have a huge battle, and it's a lot of fun. And then at night we party like crazy. And
Are those like the guys that I see? Like I've seen guys like with swords, like fighting in people's front yards. It's like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Except for it's more in the contained area. Yeah. And,
okay.
Yep.
Okay. If you could choose one fandom for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Like any fandom, including
any fandom, but it's only one, and that's
Tim Burton. Tim Burton. Done.
Okay.
Done and done.
All right. How do past experiences affect what you do as a cosplayer?
I would say, especially whenever it comes to if I want to do a certain character, or if I want to be a certain thing, I will just go for it, and I won't care what other people say, because I've been ridiculed in my life. I've had bad experiences, been really, taken down by other people, and I realize that, that's not something that they can do, or, so pretty much I just use the experience of being ridiculed and belittled verbally to be able to go, you know what, I'm going to do what I want. I will cosplay Misty Day, and you don't have to get it. I get it, and I enjoy it. Or I can be a dude and make him do the gender bent thing, and it doesn't matter what you say. I enjoy it. So that's a huge thing, is being able to just get over it. It builds strength.
Just move past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Water off a duck's back.
Exactly. Okay. So you have a background in dancing. How does that hurt you or help you as a cosplayer?
It definitely, it helps me. For the most part, it's not really so much in the foreground anymore. It's more like a really crazy backstory. But whenever it comes to that, it helps me be able to kind of move and stuff that I wasn't able to move, and definitely makes it if the character I portray is a very sexual person, I can kind of bring that a little bit more to the foreground and be a lot more pretty and oh yeah, okay, what's your name, sir? But whenever it comes to every other cosplay, I tend to be it's very, very much in the background.
Okay. Cool. Favorite cosplay you've done and why?
I would say Scarecrow is still my favorite, even though my Scarecrow or my cosplay closet has gotten immensely bigger since making him. But he's my first LED project. He's my first build with the fear injectors. He was the first basically science experiment, because putting the fear injectors, as you know,
right, I know.
Putting the liquid in him is just a crazy okay. So I have to do this, physics, and all that stuff, yeah. So he's still my favorite because he's really pushed my limits and made me change and made me become a little bit, different of a cosplayer, and go, yeah, just because this looks hard doesn't mean that I can't bust my ass and just get to it and get it done.
It was your more technical
Yeah, it was
much
much more technical, because you had the LEDs, you had liquid in, these containers, and you had to figure out a way to contain them. You had to figure out how to get those needles, and, it was just so technical and so, intricate, and it really pushed my level up.
Okay. We have seen you do some gender bent cosplays before. What is the best and worst reaction you've gotten to them?
My best reaction is just them realizing what I am. Scarecrow is very obvious, but whenever I do, my Aquaman, a lot of people don't know it. Like they'll kind of look at it and be like, "Oh, are you supposed to be Mira?" I'm like, "No, it's Aquaman." But every now and then, someone will be like, "Oh my God, a gender bent Aquaman! This is awesome!" I'm like, "Yes, you got it." Worst is like some guy online was like, he's like, "That's just stupid. You're trying to be Aquaman. Just be Mira. You're a girl." And I'm like, "Nah, don't care. I really don't." I was like, "Obviously, you have no imagination whatsoever, and I feel sorry for you, sir." And then that was really the end of it. So far, he hasn't, like, I say he is my Aquaman, but my Aquaman hasn't gotten too many bad responses, thankfully.
Good. All right, so you get in Doc Brown's DeLorean and travel back to the year 2000. What do you tell 15-year-old Jenna?
I would probably just look at me square in the eye and be like, actually, it goes into like the whole like, would you change your past or whatever? And I wouldn't, because if I didn't, like, I know I turned out okay, so there's not really anything like that I would change because all that led up to this point.
Right.
I think I would just go up to me and be like, "This is some concealer. I'm going to give that to you. That's yours. You take that concealer, you put it on your face, and then you do this with the powder, and then let me show you some makeup tricks really quick." And then that would probably be the most that I would say to myself, is I would probably be like, "We're just going to conceal this. We're going to fix this makeup situation."
So you'd be upping your makeup game.
Yeah,
I would probably
just
padding the makeup game for.
Yeah, I would probably just add that makeup game, but it would probably, seriously, because if you think about it, like, all your friends, everybody that you met, like, later on in life, like, would you have met them? Would you have came, into what you did? Like, if I wouldn't have moved to North Carolina, I would have never moved to North Carolina if it wasn't for my best friend and I coming out here. And, like, the situations that led up to that were just so random. Like, you can't, if I fixed something, like, from then, and then it would have reflected on this, and I wouldn't have been a cosplayer. I wouldn't have done anything like this.
Right.
So it would have just killed everything. So I would have just been like, "Here's the makeup. You use that. Use it."
Okay. In one of your YouTube videos, you are publicly outspoken about body shaming.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about a time that you felt body shamed and what you did to overcome it.
Well, coming out here, I had a girl that was, that used to, like, skinny shame me, and that's, like, a serious thing now because, like, you have all that positive influence with the being a plus size, and I think that's great, but also it's kind of kicked, skinny girls in the teeth, because we, like, so what, we're skinny, like, I eat a lot, and I don't gain too much, but I also go to the gym, I do things. But, like, she really took it to a whole new level and really, like, tore at me. And I don't know if it was her because she was ashamed of herself or what, but it ended up, like, really hurting me. And I had to, like, separate myself from her. So whenever she was around, I just casually left. Like, I didn't want anything to be a part of it.
Got away from toxic
people. Yeah, you just have to sometimes walk away, block, delete, get rid of them.
Of all the people in your cosplay group, you are definitely one of the more outspoken members. Have you been this way your entire life?
I always thought I was. Dad informs me that I wasn't, which is weird. But I was always very, like, your typical Leo child. But apparently whenever it came to strangers, I wasn't so open up until, like, I got a little older, like 8 or so. And then I started, like, really getting out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Wow, that was actually a short answer. Good job, me.
Good job.
Wow. It's first.
On the publicly outspoken question.
Yeah.
Tell us a secret about yourself.
I'm terrified of ever encountering toilet snakes.
Toilet snakes?
I don't know. I just
Like just snakes
like
that
a
come out of
snake
the
that's
toilet?
gonna be like in the toilet one day. Like I go to pee, and it's gonna be dark, and there's gonna be a fucking snake right there in the toilet. And like I don't know. That is like the weirdest thing in the world. I don't know why I do it. Also, whenever I use my little puzzle that I have on my computer, and it's like the jigsaw puzzle, I like to put the pieces in the wrong spot because like my brain, that's how it works. It's like, no, I'll fit. No, it's not gonna fit. It's like those are
You're
just
trying to
really
put the-
weird. Yeah, those are really weird quirks of mine.
Okay.
So it's not really a secret, but it's like I don't tell very many people that because they like, so you're afraid of toilet snakes,
So
huh?
not people know. Okay. Something not too many people know.
Yeah.
Okay. Without naming names, have you ever had a bad experience with a photographer?
Yes. And it was actually like I had no problems with him prior, and we were on the beach and we did a beach shoot, and I was sitting there squatting, and I can only squat for so long without getting very uncomfortable, and I'm squatting and I'm sinking, and eventually like I could feel me making a face, and I was like, I really got to stand up, and he's like, no, just hold it for a second more, and I was down for like probably 2.5 minutes, sinking as well, and I was like
Right where the water hits?
Yes,
like,
right
as
where
it came in? Nice.
So it was just a nightmare, and I was like, those photos are going to be terrible. He posted the picture, and it was like serious poop face. Like I was like, and it was awful. It was like the worst expression on my face ever, and I was like, I told him, I was like, hey, you do great work, but here's the problem with this photo. And I know that, he was getting older, but he took it so awful, and he like just wiped clean, got rid of all my photos. Like it was bad. It was really bad. And I was like, that's your work being put out. You don't want it to look like shit.
Right.
And it looked bad. So he didn't like that answer.
Okay. In some of your panels, we've heard you talk about dealing with abusive relationships. Now, if you want to share, what was a defining moment for you to get out of that type of situation?
It was like the weirdest thing in the world is like, I don't remember much from it because my brain kind of has blocked it out and is still remembering bits and pieces and stuff. But like there was one moment that we were laying in the bed together and we were in a fight or something, and he was like, I really am going to kill you. And it was the way that he said it and the way that it felt, and he like it was very much a serious, like he was going to do it. There was no doubt in his mind.
Like you believed him.
It was 100%. I was in danger for my life, and I realized, and it was almost like the cloud lifted for that moment, and I was like, screw this. And I called my friend Tracy, and I was like, get me out. He's gonna kill me. And at that point, he was like trying to get into the bathroom, and I'm like, I am going to die tonight. This is it. I'm dead. And I actually do not remember what happened after that. Like, I still to this day do not remember what happened after that. Because I remember they were like, we're going to come get you right now. I was like, no, he will kill my turtle. He is like, he's killed animals, like small animals. And he has that like psychotic tendency to do that. So like, whenever it came to that, I was like, he will kill my turtle. And he will kill my hermit crabs, because I had a bunch of hermit crabs at the time. I was like, he's going to kill them without thought. And I got out. Like, it was so weird, and it happened so fast. Not like the build up to that, but that point, from that point on, like everything is so scrambled in my brain. Like I don't remember everything, and it's so strange to not have those pieces.
Right.
And eventually those pieces will come back, but I mean, that was the defining moment.
Okay. Name a cosplayer that personally inspires you.
I would say my friends that I have around me, because a lot of us like kind of feed off of each other. Like, I'll see Holly Berry cosplay making like a big sword out of foam, spray foam, mind you, carve it into. I'm like, I need to do this. How? Show me. And then like, we'll have Ginger Snaps doing something, and she'll be like, "Oh yes, I just pulled it out of my closet." And I'm like, "Show me ways!" And like, I think that a lot of my friend cosplayers inspire me more than like the bigger name cosplayers, because I don't. It's not that I don't see them as real people. It's that I see them as like, okay, well, you have all this money to buy stuff. Are you really making it yourself?
Right.
So I'm kind of skeptical as like how they do it, or like if they really do it. And I know that sounds mean, but I see my friends doing these things, and I see them working and busting their
Right.
ass on it, and I'm like, that is so awesome. This is why I'm doing this, is to be inspired and be, grow as like a person.
Okay. All right. And last question: what is your dream gig?
I would love, and this like really doesn't go with cosplay, but it does at the same time, but like touring, and getting, like I'm trying to write a book on like child abuse and going into the relationship abuse, and getting out there and being able to show people like, this is not going to continue, you're going to get better, things will not keep persisting. So that's one of the biggest things, is like touring, doing that.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming out.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
we will have Jenna featured for the month of October.